is Reducing Hospital-Acquired Infection by Integrating Futuristic Strategies. The first speaker for this talk is Mr. Herdev Singh, who's the Healthcare Segment Leader, Dupont Protection Solutions Services. Can I please request Mr. Herdev Singh to come on stage? Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, me representing Korean Design, we would talk about how does surfacing solution, whether be it on the vertical wall claddings, countertops and all, how does it help avoid, infection spread in the hospital environment? We'll be talking about what is Korean, various features of Korean, how this material, helps meet the healthcare challenges. I mean, in terms of, do we have all the certifications in place and all? Which all places, I mean, the partners who have trusted us so far, wherein we have done our operation room cladding and different furniture and allied, services. That is what we will be talking about. And what different hospitals across globe and in India say about Korean. So I think to start with, we are just touch basing on the subject that hospital-acquired infections. I mean, this is primarily not what a patient brings into the hospital, but this is the infection that he acquires once he is in a setting wherein he has come to heal. So, if we talk about globally, how big is the issue, there are statistics saying that World Health Organization says the rate between 7 to 12% globally. Western countries, the range is little lesser, 0.8 to even, in certain cases, as 8, but majority is very less than, 2% or so. A comprehensive study says that the infection rate at US is around 3 per 100 discharged. In India, of course, this is just the reported data. So, if we talk only about the reported data, that is saying between 10 to 30%. And the best of the best hospitals still have around 3%. So that makes a huge impact for all the doctors, for all the architects, designers to think about when they are designing the healthcare facility, that what materials to choose. The problem that is with the traditional materials, which have been used in past in the healthcare setting, talk about, they are non-durable, they have high maintenance cost, they are unhygienic, they have porosity issues, they cannot be renewed again, and in certain cases they are not even compliant. So we talk about what does Korean offer in the healthcare environment, and how have we partnered with various hospitals across India and help build, functionally and aesthetically solutions which the doctors have liked, which the doctors have approved of. I'll just play this small video before we. Sorry. So sometimes, technology creates a little bit of hitch.
Being a teen with cancer, it sucked a lot. I missed homecoming and dances at school. I had to watch it on Facebook.
When designing the Angie Fowler Institute, we tasked architects with two critical things. One, to create a safe space, and the second was to create a space that was really uplifting, life-affirming, that would improve emotional and physical well-being for our young adults.
When you come in here, it was colorful and kind of a teen mood going on. It just made you feel happy when you work.
Teens, when they come into this space, are often in a place of emotional darkness. So we use the idea of light as a counterpoint.
The more ambient light that you can incorporate, the better the mood, the emotional well-being of the patients who are going through that space.
We never conceived of this space as a sterile clinical environment. We always thought of it as more of a boutique hotel. Dupont Korean became the backbone of the project. We're using it extensively throughout.
chlorine is a remarkable material and is suitable for the healthcare environment. It is non-porous and it doesn't promote the growth of bacteria. I think it has a calming and healing effect. When you use materials that allow light to pass through and to warm the environment.
I don't know that you could ever come to a place and be told you have a diagnosis of cancer and expect to have an uplifting experience. I think we've created an environment that permits that.
When I found out that I was cancer-free, I was like, are you crazy? Of course I went and I had to make a status on Facebook. Now that I'm a survivor, you can't stop me now.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of, what hospitals across the globe, they say about using Korean, the experience that a cancer patient has to deal with, and how does he feel in a setting, which doesn't remind him that he is in a hospital again and again. I think that is the kind of settings that we want to create. It's, even at Dupont, we say, we welcome all designers, the doctors, to think about it in a way that, it creates a societal impact. At the end of the day, we are treating humans in the hospitals, and we want to give them an ambience in which they don't feel like, ill and being cured of such dreaded diseases. So Korean has been into this space for almost like 50 years. 2017, we celebrated 50 years of Korean. This was a home invention done by Dupont scientist Dr. Slocum, 1967. So what does this material consist of? This is 1/3 of PMMA, which is polymethyl methacrylate, and 2/3 is mineral, which is derived from the bauxite ore, which is ATH, aluminum trihydride, and then some environmentally friendly pigments. Various properties, if I talk about Korean, it's a solid surface which is through and through non-porous. It's colorful. You can create different, themes in your hospital based on your branding, based on your, what kind of feel that you want in particular rooms, maybe OR rooms or ICU cladding or even the reception areas and all. It doesn't emit any kind of VOC, so it's very safe in that sense. We have got Green Guard certifications, and even you can also apply for the LEED certifications if you have used Korean. It's warm to touch and feel, unlike granite or stainless steel, wherein the ambient temperature, if you touch stainless steel in hot summers, it's very hot, even the granite. And even if you touch it when it's too much AC conditions, you'll feel the cold. Same is not the case with Korean. So it's also, it also qualifies for any kind of fire rating norms that are there laid for the building code. So we have got the Euro Class B, D0S1 certification for this. It's durable and it's stain resistant to most of the major chemicals that are being used in an hospital environment, be it the disinfectants for cleaning the surfaces, or be it any kind of solutions or the chemicals that are used in the labs. It is resistant to them, and it doesn't cause any kind of an impact on it. So if I just showcase this is before and after the things have been cleaned. Even the permanent marker materials, you can easily clean with this. It doesn't leave any kind of stains behind. We have got all these kind of certifications, and the LGA hygiene test certificate, even the FDA approval, which means even if it gets in contact with food materials, it will not contaminate them. This is what I wanted to show you, that what global hospitals, when they use Korean, what they think about it. So if we can have this.
Now we'll continue our exploration of hospitals, this time considering the building materials that make up a hospital. Nosocomial infections, commonly referred to as hospital-acquired infections, are surprisingly widespread. These infections can be acquired by patients as well as the hospital staff. To protect their hospital from nosocomial infections, the global hospital in Mumbai has adopted the product Korean by Dupont Building Innovations.
For meters to find connections
Contact with various
I'll
kinds
just
of
skip through because we have been
microorganisms.
asked around the
I want to very specifically walk through the benefits of Korean with you.
Easy to maintain, non-toxic. Any change you want to bring about them, you can bring them at the site. Here if you see, you will find it totally spotless. There is no stain around it, it's one shell, there are no surfaces there, and which helps us to reduce the infection also. They are good to the eyes, good for the patient, and free from infection.
It's about beef that resident.
last bit.
As I said earlier, very, very important for us to have minimal infection. If we can bring minimal to zero, there is nothing like it. And I'm very sure Korean is helping us to do that.
So I'll just scroll through various applications that we have done using Korean. It starts from main reception areas, lobby areas. You can see the nurse stations, workstations. Even in Kolkata, we have done a couple of them. And fortunately, I have my local partner here, Decofer, Mr. Gupta. So, they have done a couple of hospitals here for the nurse stations, even the wall paneling and all. You can create such, I would say, customized design so that, in the neonatal care areas, it doesn't look like a hospital setting. And at the same time, it's easy to maintain and clean. There is no peeling of any material in this, which doesn't happen in case of the laminates, wherein there is delamination or there is color peeling off. So, children can play with this and still feel like, you'll still be able to clean it and maintain it hygienically. This is something that we do, just giving you a glimpse of how we do it in the OT. So there is a substructure which is done with aluminum framing and all. And on the right-hand side, you see these two pictures, majorly one from T.T. Bird Hospital, Tirupati, and the other one is Vijayawada Cancer Institute. This is how it looks like after, getting the equipments within the place. So it's all inconspicuous seams that we say in a OT environment. So there are no, right angle corners or something like that. You can talk about doctor scrubs, which we can customize 1 bay, 2 bay, 3 bay, whatever is required. Even for differently abled people, we can have it customized. We have the quality network partners doing it for us. Various applications in the, of course, you would have seen in the cafeterias and the other areas. This is something that talks about our presence, little presence in the healthcare environment. So we have done majorly with all the global hospitals. We are doing a lot of work. We are doing with Max. We have done, excuse me if I'm not naming any or forgetting any, but Columbia, Asia, and others. We have done a lot of work with them. And the progress is still there. At Korean, we say, we are still listening. So it was a breakthrough technology 50 years back. We have launched in between certain technology improvements which improve the product. So there was deep color technology which was launched in 2014, a very success. There is charging surfaces that you can look for in 2018. That means if your countertops are done in Korean, place your phones on the tabletop, it will start charging. Ask for the more information. I didn't have the time here to share more. And the latest one, which is the last one, and you can mute the volume but keep this running, and at the same time I'll ask for the questions. This is a new technology that we have launched, resilience technology, which means lesser scratches, easy cleanability of the surface. Okay. Something wrong with this. Okay, a technological glitch. So started running it, but not responding. Okay, maybe. Yes. So this will keep running for a minute or so. You can mute the volume, I will just explain. So these are various forces that we show onto the solid surface. And if here what we have done, we have placed a competitor solid surface because people have generally asked what is the difference between your Korean or somebody else's Korean. It's not somebody else's Korean, they have a different product altogether. Korean is a Dupont brand. So here we show with different kind of force applied onto the surface, still the scratches on the Korean are less and easily renewable as compared with the competition material. So if you would see just so now it is being easy renewal, that is what I was talking about. So you'll see that the material, with just buffing, it's easily removed, Meanwhile, any questions around anything that I've spoken around? If anybody has any question, I'm okay to answer.
How does it compare with the normal tiles and the other surfaces that have been used before?
So, of course, when I say comparing with tiles and other things, one is it doesn't give you any kind of grout lines when you are doing the interior. Okay, so the parameter is too less. See, I showed you a map and I popped up a lot of projects out there. If I just to give a figure kind of a thing, I say per square meter if you're using it in OT cladding, and the prices are for the healthcare are different. Dr. Desai was asking whether you do it in different geographies, different pricing. But what we do is for healthcare, we have priced it because it makes a societal impact. So it is lesser as compared in the other applications. So we say it's between 11,000, 12,000 per square meter installed with everything, with Korean.
That's about 120 per square feet, right?
No, 1,100 or 1,000 per square feet.
It was for meter, no?
Yeah, 12,000.
12,000?
Yeah. Of course. 1,100 to 1,200 would be per square feet.
Per square feet?
Yeah. No. I said 12,000. Yeah. So this is even with the markings that how does Korean differ as compared to the other solid surfaces. So you would see that. I'm done with this. So, done within time. If anybody has any question, we can talk offline, I think. The organizers are looking at me again and again. So.
Typically, how much it costs to do one operation here?
So that is what I said, giving you a figure of, like I said, if it is almost like, I would say 1,000.
400 square feet, 4 walls.
So 400 square feet, if it's 4 walls, I'll put it this way, take an average figure of 1,000 rupees per square feet. So 400 means 4 lakh.
For the 4 walls.
Yeah. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.